organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Tonight on Daily Iowan TV, the battle between students and landlords. See who's coming up for the win.
And see how Iowa City is making natural disasters into summer fun.
And in sports, 2 coaches on tap with plenty to talk about.
All that and much more is coming your way next.
Stay tuned because Daily Iowan TV is starting now.
I'm Tom Brokaw. For more than 100 years now, the University of Iowa community has been waking up to the Daily Iowan. Today, it's the largest newsroom in eastern Iowa. And now you can see the news every night on Daily Iowan TV and get it anytime worldwide at dailyiowan.com.
Hello and welcome to your Tuesday edition of Daily Iowan TV. I'm Mary LaPlaca.
And I'm Kara Bimschlager. Most students do not know that they're living under illegal contracts. I looked into the 3-year ongoing battle between students and apartments downtown. Here is what I discovered. Does the name Clark sound familiar? How about apartments downtown? Apartments near campus? And Michael's property. The Clark family controls all of these businesses and therefore the most property in Iowa City. Christopher Warnock, an attorney who has been representing students suing apartments downtown and its affiliate companies, says they have a monopoly on student housing. If you go online and try to find an apartment, it's very hard to avoid renting from them. A judge ruled in June that automatically holding carpet cleaning charges was illegal, and the landlord had not provided sufficient enough evidence that the carpet needed to be cleaned. Maintenance charges are $70 per hour, but Warnock says that the company only pays workers $10 per hour. Current apartments downtown tenant Sarah Ruhr says the company has been vague on key issues.
When we moved into our apartment, one of the burners on our stoves was not working, our fridge light was out, multiple issues in the bathroom including overflowing toilets and some of the fans weren't working. We've had multiple issues with the cable and the internet going out at all times, and our lock on our door wasn't even working for half of the tenants in the apartment. And we don't even know if we're going to be charged for these things, and we won't know until the end of the year.
Waiting until the end of the year and overcharging for fees and damages is one of the ways Apartments Downtown collects nearly an additional whole month's rent in fees, leaving little, if anything, left in the security deposit. Warnock says, "Right now I feel like there is a war between landlords and tenants. The first step is to make sure everybody obeys the law." Warnock encourages wrongfully fined tenants to file a small claims case, which is one person representing a lot of people that have something in common. This is Kara Bimschlager, Daily Iowan TV. Warnock suggests all tenants take pictures once they have moved out in case they are charged with cleaning fees.
After 2 major floods in 5 years, Iowa City Recreational Services have found a way to create floods into fun. With constantly putting down and removing sandbanks for the floods, City Park is considering building a beach along the Iowa City River. Having a beach instead of grassland will help Iowa City work on more land throughout the city. The decision will be made this Wednesday.
When holidays and spring break come around the corner, students are always looking for an easy way to get in shape. Last semester, the UI Recreational Center offered a body boot camp taught by certified personal trainers. The camp included recent fitness equipment and full body exercises. All selections have been full since the first class started last winter.
Last year we started just after, or just the beginning of the winter semester, after winter break. Really popular, the New Year's thing, and then right before spring break, right before summer break too. So we had 3 classes last year, huge success.
More types of boot camp classes will be offered for more students to join.
And later in the show, the wait is over. Get the latest insights into the new Apple iPhone S and iPhone C.
And in sports, find out which Hawk will not be suiting up Saturday night in Ames.
But first, let's toss it over to Daily Iowan TV's Rebecca Sons, who's standing by with your local weather forecast.
Hey Mary, as to the crazy weather, it will start to feel like September in the days to come. Tomorrow morning will start out at 79 degrees. As the day continues, a chance for isolated thunderstorms at 30% in the afternoon and a high of 86 by the afternoon. By evening, temps will cool down to 77 degrees. And as we take a look at your 6-day weather forecast, it looks like tomorrow will be the last of the hot weather and a high of 90 and chances of thunderstorms. Throughout the day, cooler weather will come towards the weekend. Thursday will bring a high near 85 degrees and the mid-70s on Friday. Saturday and Sunday will also stay in the lower 70s with cloud cover on Saturday that may bring rain on Sunday. As we head back into the work week, Monday will have a high of 72 and partly cloudy skies. I'll send it back to you at the desk, but first, let's hear this message from the Adler School of Journalism.
Iowa SJMC.
Want a major that'll take you somewhere?
I joined and now I'm in Los Angeles, California, interning for Conan O'Brien at Warner Brothers Studios.
And continuing with our program, tonight, President Obama is set to talk to the nation this evening about Syria. The administration is hoping diplomacy will work, but still pushing military action if it doesn't. Syria's President Assad accepts Russia's plan to turn over his chemical weapons. Obama is keeping the threat of strike on the table as an incentive to make diplomacy work.
And the wait is over. Apple CEO Tim Cook unveiled 2 new iPhone series today. First was the affordable iPhone 5C. There is a plastic back with an option of different colors. This new iPhone series will start at low price point at just $99 with a 2-year contract. And Apple stepped out of the traditional black, white, and silver and added in gold with the iPhone 5S. It wasn't just the exterior that was updated though. Siri has the option of having a male or female voice, and the home button is now fingerprint censored for protected security. The new Apple series will be available for purchase September 20th and can be pre-ordered on Friday.
And continuing with the iPhone, we'll hand it over to Daily Iowan TV reporter Rebecca Swives for our Tuesday segment of Street Chatter. Rebecca, tell us what tech-savvy students have to say about the new release.
Thanks, guys, and welcome back to Street Chatter. Each week, we'll choose a topic and see what you on the street have to say about it. This week, we're talking technology. The new iPhone will soon be hitting the stores, and one big change this year was iPhone 5C having plastic back. Will this be the more wanted iPhone, or will students go for the all-new aluminum gold back? Here's what the people had to say.
I prefer the 5C personally because I drop my phone quite often, and I figured if I have a plastic phone, it won't break.
I don't know, I'd probably rather have the glass one because that's what they're used to. They're probably, because the plastic one, I don't know, they just brought it out to make a cheaper option, I guess. But then the classic Apple, I guess, is the kind of glass. So I don't know. I'd have to see when it's time for me to upgrade.
I don't know, probably the plastic one, because glass, I mean, if I look at mine, just think about how easily it breaks. I've dropped it down 2 flights of stairs and it still didn't break, but still, I don't know. I think the plastic one would be better.
I also asked students what color they would prefer if they were to get the new iPhone series.
Probably blue. Blue's my favorite color.
Probably like black or white, the usual ones. I probably wouldn't go for a gold one or anything.
Yellow. You like yellow? Yellow is my favorite color.
For those who are not ready to update the exteriors of their iPhones just yet, everyone can update their interior with the new iOS 7 on Wednesday. That's all I have for you guys this week. Back to you at the desk.
And now we'll toss it over to Jordan Caballas, who's standing by in the Daily Iowan TV sports studio with everything you need to know about the black and gold. Take it away, Jordan.
Hello and welcome back to the Daily Iowan TV Sports Studio. Sharon Dingman and Kirk Ferentz both making appearances on the program tonight. And we start with the latter, whose team finally snapped the second longest losing streak of Ferentz's career this past Saturday. But after leading the black and gold to 2 BCS Bowl appearances and 2 Big Ten championships, the bar has been set even higher for the 15-year man, making the stakes for this weekend's trip to Jack Trice higher than they have been in quite some time. Here's what Ferentz had to say Tuesday afternoon.
Mark Weissenberg up to 50 carries. Is that more of an indication of how well he's playing, or is that a situation where you kind of want to spread it out a little bit more moving forward?
Well, I think we have 4 backs we feel good about based on practice, what we've seen so far in games, and it's just, things are kind of dictated by how the game goes, but Mark's doing a good job, and, we're not surprised by that, but, certainly we feel good about all 4 guys. Well, it'll be a tough ball game, like always. Anytime I think we get together, it's usually a pretty good game, and, expect them to be ready to go. So they've got some new players that weren't in there last year. Obviously, they lost a pair of really good linebackers. But offensively, their quarterback's back, and he came in and did a great job for them last year in the latter part of the season and picked right up where he left off. He's a very dangerous guy, both running the ball and throwing it. And, so to me, it starts there.
We'll have the Hawks' Carl Davis on the program tomorrow, but as mentioned earlier, Kirk Ferentz not the only Iowa coach tonight. Volley Hawks head coach Sharon Dingman caught up with our own Laura Devine at Carver Hawkeye Arena to discuss how her squad is planning on reversing their fortunes from a year ago.
I'm here with head coach for women's volleyball, Sharon Dingman. Thanks for being with me today.
Well, thanks for having me.
I have a couple questions about your upcoming season. Last year you guys started off the season with some really big wins, and towards the end kind of lost it a little bit. What is your plan for this year, and how do you plan on improving?
Well, I think one thing is we had some injuries last year that certainly contributed to our lack of success, and having those players back. So it's really not in my plan. It's just in the big scheme of life that they're back and they're playing great. So they're adding everything that we need for them to add from a depth perspective. But I think right now having the start we've had, which has been good. Being 5-1 right now, our players have a lot of confidence, and that's what's going to continue. We'll need to have that throughout the season.
You guys have 3 new freshmen this year. How are they contributing to the team, and how are they getting comfortable with playing Big Ten volleyball?
Well, it's actually been great. 2 of them were here all summer, so that certainly helped just their integration into the team. And our older players are great with just explaining what the expectations are every day. But they've also helped them just trying to manage, once you start school, so you have volleyball, you have class, we're traveling. Yeah, and so I think they're learning all of that. But 2 of them are starting, so clearly they're contributing. One's coming off, she'd sprained her ankle early in our training camp in our 2-a-days, and so she's back, so I expect her to start, having some contributions to the team. But our freshmen are really doing great. We're super excited about them.
Yeah, it sounds like the upperclassmen are kind of taking them under their wing and getting them adjusted to Big Ten volleyball and Big Ten school.
Yes, we have great leadership. Our seniors have been through it all. They're going into their 4th season. They've seen everything that can be thrown at a student athlete, and so certainly with the experience they have, they are helping the freshmen adjust.
What do you think about your opening for Drake?
Well, we're just excited to play at home. We don't have to get on a bus. We don't have to get on a plane, so we're really excited to play in Carver. Drake has a new coach, so I think anytime that you get some freshness and some excitement around the program, and I anticipate that's what they're going to have. Clearly, they're going to be excited to be playing the Hawkeyes. There's several kids on the team from Iowa, and then there's some, Eastern Iowa kids on the team that, they'll be excited to get to play in Carver Hawkeye.
Yeah.
So we expect a really good match from Drake, and, I'm sure Drake expects a good match from us. But, it's always fun to play an in-state team, so we're looking forward to that and clearly looking forward to having our home tournament.
Yeah, there's probably a little bit of rivalry between the 2 state teams. Yeah, well, I wish you the best of luck this year and in your tournament.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Laura. A quick note before we leave tonight. Starting cornerback Jordan Lomax has been left off the 2-deep for this weekend's contest against the Cyclones with what looks to be a nagging hamstring injury. True freshman Desmond King will likely get the starting nod. A chat with Carl Davis coming up on the program tomorrow as we continue to ramp up our coverage ahead of yet another Cy-Hawk Series battle. Mary, Kara, back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Jordan. And only with Daily Iowan TV can you get an exclusive look into what you'll see in Wednesday's pages of the Daily Iowan. See the results of the Iowa City's school board election.
And see Iowa City's heartfelt response to the 12th anniversary of September 11th.
That's your Tuesday edition of Daily Iowan TV. Be sure to watch us tomorrow or anytime online at dailyiowan.com.
Thanks for watching and have a great night.